Hello, it's Larry Clark and Tyler Arcari again for another episode of the Excelsior Music Publishing Feed the Birds. Today we're talking about what to do with your percussion. And I think it's important that we try to get those students involved in what's going on in the rehearsal, especially in the first part of the rehearsal when you're trying to do warm-up and work on sound and fundamentals with your wind players. You got to come up with something for them to do as well.
I usually had mine grab any keyboard percussion instrument they could find and double up on the chorale and just get them moving and get them thinking and listening too.
Well, they can also play scales as well. You know, it's important that they understand that they need to play scales on the mallet instruments as well, but also their rudiments. You know, the basic rudiments they have to play. They can do that on the technical exercises and on the scales or whatever. You can come up with patterns for them to do each and every day.
I used to do the same thing with bass and snare every day, except I would have different students swap in and swap out.
Right.
That way everyone had practice on something.
Right.
Multiple percussion instruments for the percussionists instead of the drummers.
Right. And another thing that is really important that I found is make sure your instruments are in good working order. You wouldn't expect a clarinet player to play with an instrument that's broken, so why would you have a timpani where it doesn't hold pitch, or snare drums with faulty heads, or strainers that don't work and things like that. So it's really important to try to keep those things in good working order so that the students can do the best job they can at providing you the kinds of sounds that you're looking for in musical sounds.
And when you get to the high school level, you can even get them involved in keeping up with their instruments. And I had my kids, we would sit down and learn how to take off a head and tune a head and that kind of stuff. So it also lightens your load a lot to have them and your leadership do that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So hopefully you got some ideas today about what you can do to keep your percussionists involved in what's going on. So this is another episode of Feed the Birds, and we hope we see you again next time from Excelsior Music Publishing.